المستعان له ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. أما بعد. We are in the Surah Ṣād, and we stopped actually in the ayah 26, am I correct? 26. In this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا داود إنا جعلناك خليفة في الأرض فاحكم بين الناس بالحق ولا تتبع الهوى فيضلك عن سبيل الله إن الذين يضلون عن سبيل الله لهم عذاب شديد بما نسوا يوم الحساب. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, O David, we have made you a Khalifa. What Khalifa has many meaning. Means successor, or give you authority on the land. You can translate it upon the earth, but here it means the land, not the whole earth. So judge between people in truth, and do not follow your desire, or don't follow desire. ولا تتبع الهوى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to him, then the desire might lead you astray from the path of Allah. Indeed, those who go astray from the path of Allah, they will have severe punishment for having forgotten the day of judgment. Now, the few things we would like to, we do this, only this one ayah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in many verses to rule between people with justice. ولا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم على لا تعدلوا اعدلوا هو أقرب للتقوى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, don't let the fact that you dislike somebody, you're not happy with them, be unfair to them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calling Dāwūd alayhi salam, who was a king and a prophet, to rule between people with truth. And al-haq huna means justice. Al-haq, because al-adl huwa al-haq. What is what haq? Is giving people their rights. الحق هو مطابقة الواقع والكذب عكس ذلك. الصدق أيضا. حق, it means matching the reality, what is supposed to be done. And therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked Dāwūd alayhi salam, since he made him in charge over others, gave him authority to rule between people with truth. Each one of us is mini Dāwūd alayhi salam. You have a family, you are a Dāwūd in your family. You have business, you're running a business, you own a business, you are a Dāwūd over your business. In charge of a community, you are a Dāwūd in your community. Each one of us has a level of authority somewhere. And that level of authority requires fairness, being fair in the ruling between people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked him to establish justice among people. Now, what Allah warned him from? Allah warned him from not to follow his hawā. وَلَا تَتَّبِعِ الْهَوَى. What makes people being unfair? Whether a person in their family, whether the person in the community, whether the president of a country, whether the United Nations, what makes people not unfair? Greed, desire, self-interest against other people's interest. That's what makes people unjust. Call it al-hawā. Al-hawā. Make you become blind. Because you see yourself, you don't see other people. Instead of justice, it's just us. Instead of justice, Just us. Only us. We don't care about other people. لا تتبع الهوى. It's very difficult to resist hawā. Whims and desire, being unfair. Because sometimes it's my preference. Justice is my preference. I prefer this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَا تَكُنْ لِلْخَائِنِينَ خَصِيمًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, بِمَا أَرَاكَ اللَّهُ. Rule with people was what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked you to rule. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked us to fight this hawā. He said, وَلَوْ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِكُمْ. Even if it's against your own self. أو الأقربين, your kinship. Can you rule against your family, against somebody else? Is it easy? It's not easy, huh? Your family have business with somebody else, and you know that your brother, your sister have wronged the other person. And somebody bring you or me, said rule between us who have gone wrong. People's heart say was, I want to my brother or my sister to be right. But the facts shows that they're not right, they're wrong. Facts. What do you do with facts? You follow the facts. But people do what? Yeah, he did it, but you know this and no. You know what I mean? Even dispute between husband and wife. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when there's a dispute between husband and wife, you bring what? حكم من أهله حكم من أهلها. You bring arbitrator from her family, arbitrator from his family, do arbitration. What Allah said, يريدا إصلاحا يوفق الله بينهم. If those two people wanted to bring people together, then Allah give them tawfiq. But they come with the intention like, I'm going to make sure this person today been humiliated. Become like football. If you come with that, you will have no justice, no peace. But you come to him with the islah, to bring peace between people. Now, فَاحْكُمْ بَيْنَ النَّاسِ بِالْحَقِّ وَلَا تَتَّبِعِ الْهَوَى فَيُضِلَّكَ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. That make you hawā, always make a person go astray in ruling between people. Now, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَاحْكُمْ بَيْنَ النَّاسِ? Why use the word nas? To tell you that we, as Muslims, doesn't matter who's a person been right or wrong. A non-Muslim, a person with another faith. Person from another faith. Person does not believe in God. Wronged by a Muslim. Whom do you stand with? A Muslim wronged them, didn't give them their rights. Whom you stand with? With the person who was atheist. Doesn't matter, doesn't count. That person Muslim and the person not Muslim. It is what haqq. أحكم بين الناس بالحق. Don't let disliking of somebody, disagreeing with them or something, make you being unjust. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أحكم بين الناس بالحق. The other things, what is the role of a person judging or seeking the truth? Because we've been commanded to judge with justice. Truth includes divine guidance, fairness, due process. Due process. You have to give everyone due process. You cannot cut corners. Sometimes the due process, how is the due process impacted? If you have money, have good lawyers. You know what I mean? And the poor guy who fighting me in the court doesn't have a lawyer, or have a lawyer that sleep through the trial and get away with it, and he go to jail. That's why many poor people in America end up in jail because lack of representation. No one got to represent them in court. Okay? Justice is not about intention. I wanted to do good. I want to. No, justice is about, it requires accuracy and integrity. Not by intention. My intention to be just. Not enough. When you have family dispute, especially family dispute, we have to differentiate between three things. There's something called counseling. Counseling. What counseling does? Make people sharpen their skills of communication. Maybe you're not listening to the other person. You help them to listen to one another. Counseling. To reduce the miscommunication, misunderstanding. Managing stress, managing anger. What is mediation? Mediation is to have people to a compromise. I have rights, you have rights, but I'm going to go a little bit of my rights, you go a little of your rights to come to a solution. The third is arbitration. What is arbitration? People come before a panel of people, a person, and that person make a ruling, and they have to accept the outcome. Sometimes we jump to arbitration when we should do counseling. If you do counseling, then people say, oh, I see your point, I see your point. You don't have it. Or mediation, maybe because mediation may bring people together and have them resolve the problem themselves before you go to arbitration. Right. Al-hawā, I want to define it for you in ruling, personal bias, emotional inclination, inclined because emotionally I'm from Sudan, this person from another country, was that mentioned in another country? If I was a Sudanese, I'm going to side with Sudanese against the other person, no matter what. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when Musa alayhi salam saw two people fighting, what did he do? Musa alayhi salam stood with the man, shi'atihi. And I talk about self-interest. There are certain things that a person should not make a rule when they are in that state. When you're angry. لا يقضي القاضي وهو غضبان. When the person is angry, should not be a judge. Don't make judgment when you're angry. More likely you're going to make one. Wrong judgment. If you love somebody so much, attached to them, and they get in dispute, you should not be a judge. And if you are a person, stand with people regardless, like you have this nationalism, and there's dispute with somebody not look like you, don't be a judge. Now, the last thing I want to say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to Dāwūd alayhi salam and to all of us, الَّذِينَ يُضِلُّونَ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ لَهُمْ إيش؟ عَذَابٌ شَدِيدٌ, because of what? They have severe punishment. Those who go astray and make people go astray, severe punishment. One of the biggest problems in the world today, all the injustice, all mistreatment, all people exercising their power against the little people. There is no little people in the eyes of Allah, because they don't believe the day of judgment. They don't believe there will be a day of judgment. They don't believe that God will hold them accountable. Allah, they don't. If they do, they will have behaved differently. Many people, until death comes to them, until they see that they're leaving this world, they don't believe in accountability. And that's why Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, أول ما يقضى فيه يوم القيامة الدماء بين الناس. The first thing Allah settled, the day of judgment, is taking people's life. يقوم المقتول فيأخذ بيد قاتله. The person being killed will stand up in the day of judgment and hold the hand of a person who have taken their life. يقول ربي هذا قتلني. Allah knows. This man have taken my life. I want justice today. I want justice. Trust me. It's a matter of time. No person of the face of the earth getting away with crime. Period. No person on the face of the earth getting away with killing innocent people. None. There's a time for you in court, and will be brought to justice. عِشْ مَا شِئْتَ فَإِنَّكَ مَيِّتٌ. Live as long as you want to live, you're going to die. اعمل ما شئت احبب من شئت فإنك مفارقه. Love whomever want to love will be separated from them. اعمل ما شئت فإنك مجزى به. Do whatever you want to do. There will be accountability. No doubt. No doubt. Accountability is coming. God will have a person accountable. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warning a prophet of his, warning Dāwūd alayhi salam. How about you and I? وَلَا تَتَّبِعِ الْهَوَى. Don't follow your desire. Don't follow your interest. Don't follow your emotional inclination. Don't be a person that holds his group and making a wrong judgment. Don't be arrogant. Don't you think they can get away because they have power or authority at that time? That is a warning that all of us we have here. Now, and I would like us to end by saying this verse establish golden rules. Number one, there's no authority without responsibility. No authority without responsibility. You have authority, responsibility. Number two, the system of ruling has to be based on truth, no other consideration. Number three, a person have to check in their desire and their whims in making judgment. And the last point, there's a judge above every judge. There's authority above every authority. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As a Muslim, we have to do that ourselves first. Do it ourselves in our homes, our community, and we have to ask our nation to do the same thing. That to be just and fair, regardless of other people. We should not consider anything other than being just and fair. If a person does that, they'll be saved. Rasulullah said about a person bankrupt. You ever heard a person bankrupt? A muflis? A muflis is a person come day of judgment with salah, with siyam, with hajj. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take from good because they wrong other people. Being wrong, have wronged others. Allah take from their hasanat, give it to those people that have wronged them. When they run out of hasanat, Allah take their sayyat and give it to them. أعوذ بالله. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت تولنا فيمن توليت اكفنا شر ما قضيت انك تقضي بالحق ولا يقضى عليك. اللهم اجعل جمعا هذا جمعا مرحوما تفرقنا بعد تفرقا معصوما ولا تجعل فينا ولا منا ولا بيننا شقيا ولا محروما. اللهم نسألك رضاك والجنة ونعوذ بك من سخطك والنار وقنا الجنة مع الأبرار برحمتك يا عزيز يا غفار. اللهم هذا إدبار ليلك وإقبال نهارك وأصوات دعاتك فاغفر لنا فإنه لا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت. أصبحنا وأصبح الملك لله والحمد لله لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير. اللهم نسأله خير هذا اليوم وخير ما فيه وخير ما بعده ونعوذ بك من شره وشر ما فيه وشر ما بعده. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وسيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم النبي ورسوله. نعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. اللهم انصر المستضعفين في كل مكان. اللهم انصر المستضعفين في كل مكان. اللهم كل الأرامل واليتامى والمساكين. اللهم إنك ترى مكانهم وتسمع دعاءهم ولا يخفى عليك حالهم. اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين. اللهم رب الناس اذهب الباس اشفي أنت الشافي لا شفاء إلا شفاءك شفاء الله يغادر سقما. اللهم ارحم أموات المسلمين. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وعافهم واعف عنهم وأكرم نزلهم واسع مدخلهم واسم خطاياهم بالماء والثلج والبرد. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا إنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وقنا عذاب النار وقنا عذاب النار وادخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار برحمتك يا عزيز الغفار. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. جزاكم الله خير. السلام عليكم.